to try to make a video, but as you can see, Finn is in one of his, what I call his lovey-dovey moods. So he's just, yeah, he can't get enough love right now. So, right? And yeah, he walks on the table because I don't even use this table for eating. This table is literally like the cats like to sit on the table so they can be taller than everybody. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And every once in a while, we might do some arts and crafts here or something, but not enough, that's for sure. Anyway, you need to settle down though. Come on, buddy. Anyway, why I'm here today, looking the way that I look, with this hair the way that I is because I wanted to see if you might need some inspiration. Because I was kind of proud of myself for how I turned around my mood this morning. So here's what happened. A couple weeks ago, I signed up for Noom because you could do a trial. It's a free trial-ish because they go, you answered all these questions and we're going to give you like some information and stuff, and it cost approximately like $18.37 to do this. So would you like to pay $18.37? And then I was like, sure, I'll pay $18.37. And then I didn't really do much. Like I actually, well, that's not, I listened to some of the things. It's kind of cool, like the best part so far is that it asks you like, why are you doing this? Why do you want to lose weight? And then it says, and then it makes you expand or expound. Is expound a word? It makes you expand on that so that you get like, like really down to the nitty gritty of why you want to do what you're doing. So for me, it was about my kid and I want my joints to feel better. And ultimately it's like, I want to be able to move more because the idea of losing my mobility is one of my greatest fears, because being active and moving is what makes me happy. Walking, dancing, working out just in general always makes me happy. Even if I don't want to get up early before work and do it, it does make me happy. So, and then I want to stay around for as long as I can for my kid, and not wind up, kicking the bucket because of something that I could have controlled, basically. I'm going to try not to get too emotional. So, one of the things with them that I was like, seems like, okay, so then my 2 weeks was almost up and I hadn't really got anything accomplished. But then they were like, so I was going to cancel it. And then, because I was like, I don't know. I got some really good stuff, some good ideas from this. I'll come back later when I'm more in the mood to do this. But then they were like, how about you just go for like another month? And it was like $19. And I was like, oh, sure. Like, how many coffees is that at Starbucks for me? So sure, we'll go ahead and do that. So I just signed up again for the month. And you go through things in steps. And so the step that I couldn't avoid anymore was you need to weigh yourself. I hadn't weighed myself in a really long time because I think the last time I went to weigh myself, one of the little legs on my scale was all messed up. So like the scale wouldn't even sit right. And I don't know what happened, but I was like, oh, it's broken. And I don't feel like trying to fix it right now. So I guess I'm not going to weigh myself. Also, I've been scared to weigh myself because I have known by the way my clothes fit. Now, granted, like almost everything that I own has elastic, has some sort of stretch. But I have known by the way that my work shirt fits and my work pants fit that, like, I'm at the heaviest that I'd ever been. I knew that. And I just didn't want to know what the number was. So I went this morning and I weighed myself and I confirmed that I am in fact at the heaviest that I've ever been. 8.7 pounds heavier than the heaviest I had ever been. And if I were to tell you how much weight I've gained between October of 19 and now, you wouldn't believe it. You would think maybe there's something wrong with me. I think the thing that's wrong with me is that I'm 50, almost 51, in a couple of weeks. And perimenopause is a bitch. Hormones are a bitch. Antidepressants are one of the best things ever invented, in my opinion. And I've been on them since 2008. And can I just take a moment out to say that if that helps destigmatize antidepressants for anybody, then I'm really glad that I'm saying this. I think most of you who know me know this already. But I can't believe I waited until 2008 to fix the wiring that made me so anxious that I lost so much sleep in my life. Like, if I could go back and get all the hours of sleep that I missed worrying about stuff, like, it's probably literally years of sleep that I would gain. So never be afraid to go talk to somebody if you don't feel like that you're at the happiest that you can be, or if you feel like anxious all the time. Go talk to somebody. Go see if they need to do a little something for your wiring, because it's 5 stars. Now, does it affect my metabolism? Probably so. I think my metabolism probably just in general sucks. But still, I'd rather be fat and happy than have a better metabolism and, miss sleep and worry like a motherfucker, because that's what the Prozac did for me, is made me stop going like, it really made my brain stop churning. My brain still churns, it just doesn't churn as much, and it stops churning much faster than it used to. So we're already at 7 minutes. But anyway, when I got that number this morning, I was like, fuck. I'm gonna get emotional. I was like, I feel like I have so far to go now. So far to go. Like, at one point in 2019, I was coming close to being in a group of numbers that I had not been at since, like, I don't know, 2004. So I kicked myself for a minute about how I got here. And there are lots of reasons, the main reason is that I eat too much. That's the main reason. And I make a lot of bad food choices. And, I tend to be a emotional binge eater. And sweets is an Achilles heel. It's so funny because I think of myself more of a savory person, but sweets is what will just make me go bananas. And like, if I have a little bit of sweets, then I want like 6 more. So, that's why when I did do keto, it was great because I didn't have the sweets to contend with. But anyway, the point is, after all of this time, and if you're still watching, you're a super fan, obviously, or you're really just like, this bitch said she was about to try to inspire me, and I'm still waiting for that inspiration to come. Let me see if it actually comes, or if she's just full of fucking shit. Here's what's the inspirational part, I hope. After I got out of that little bit of like self-pity thing, I switched it up this morning. I got my coffee. I drank a little bit of my coffee. And then earlier than I usually ever do, I said, you know what? I'm going to do some strength training, because I hadn't done strength training since early April, because in early April I messed up my back. And so I haven't been doing anything since walking. Like, I went for like a couple of weeks with next to no movement, and worked it back to, healing with the back and everything. And so mainly I've just been walking, and which is fantastic. And I love walking, and I'm always going to want to walk. But I was like, I got up and I did my I turned on the Beachbody On Demand and I did some lift for the chest and back, only a little 20-minute thing. And it was great. It made me feel so good because I hadn't done anything with weights in so long. It made me feel like in that moment strong and accomplished. And they had me on the floor doing push ups and doing abs. And I was like, oh my God. But it was great. It was a great way to start the day. And after that, then I just felt so like ready to take on the day. Like I went and started, I cleaned out my fridge and, did some housework and stuff. Just like it made me be like, okay, let's just go do this. And I feel like last night, even before I weighed myself, I sent myself a video. I didn't send myself a video. I did a video. And I said, here's Jen today on May 20th, talking to Jen on May 21st, trying to tell myself how I felt last night after I ate all of the stuff that I ate. And I did not feel good, like after I ate all that stuff. So it was kind of like, I'm going to watch that video today to remind myself that I don't want to do that today. And hopefully it's going to work. The thing is, it's day by day. I'm not going to kick myself if today winds up not going the way that I want it to go. But I also feel encouraged. I did not want to get on that scale. Did not like that number. I was terrified. I went and did it. And now this is my reality. And I'm ready to go. So if you are sitting out there and you feel discouraged and you feel like you're too far gone and you don't know where to start, you just got to put one foot in front of the other. Just like that song in the, I believe it was in Santa Claus Coming to Town, where he was singing, put one foot in front of the other and soon you'll be walking out the door. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the movie. My favorite of the stop motion Christmas movies, because it's an origin story. I love an origin story, and I feel like I've told you guys this before. I'm going to stop talking. It's like we're nearly 13 minutes into this. So anyway, thanks for listening. This is good for me too. I like to talk, as you know, and I hope that I look back on this and think, and I was like, oh yeah, this was a great turning point for heading to being more healthy. And right now I'm about to go dance. Oh, and my watch is telling me, get a fitness watch if you don't have one. They're great. It's telling me to get up and get 98 more steps for the hour, because it tells me to do 250 every hour. I'm about to go dance and then eat some healthy lunch, I hope. I don't know if this is helpful at all, but I hope it was. And I really appreciate you listening. And I'll check in at some point and let you guys know how it's going. We'll do that. Okay?